Smith & Wesson M&P 15 Sports. This is Smith & Wesson's entry-level rifle. However, the quality you're getting is far greater than most entry-level rifles on the market. Now, this is a follow-up video to a video I posted yesterday, which was my first video, and it was horrible. Like awful, but I'm gonna leave it up because I don't know, it's a learning experience. Anyways, the two reasons this rifle gets so much crap are right here: lack of dust cover, lack of forward assist. Do I think those are a deal breaker? No, I don't. In fact, I never used a forward assist the entire time I was in the military. Most people I know never used it. I mean, we used it during, I don't know, malfunctions drills, but I mean, they were drills. They weren't like because it malfunctioned. And the dust cover, yeah, I used it. Get caught in a sandstorm or something, you want to shut that pretty quick. However, that's not going to happen in North America. I just don't see a need. And I've beat this up. Like, I've put it through the ringer. So, and it hasn't been an issue. Like, this isn't a rifle I went out and bought last night or last week, put a bunch of stuff on it, and decided I'd do a video before I went to the range. Like, I don't know how many of those videos are on YouTube right now. I have about 3,000 rounds through this. The last 1,000 rounds were done with no cleaning. I applied frog lube and went and shot 50, 100 rounds through it, came back, reapplied the frog lube, and then just went to town with everything from PMC to American Eagle to Federal to a couple different places that sell reloads, and I have not had one malfunction. And this thing was filthy. One of my buddies comes in, wipes his finger across the bolt and went, "Oh my God, dude, what are you doing?" And that kind of ended my little experiment. 1,000 rounds. I did apply a little bit of frog lube to keep it lubed up. But other than that, there was no cleaning during that 1,000 rounds, and there was no issues. It was pretty gunked up, but it held its own. So, if you're looking for an entry-level rifle, you're new, you're looking for a training rifle, you can't beat the quality to price ratio of this gun. Some of the key features you're going to get: forged lower, integrated trigger guard that's big enough for gloved hands, melanite coated barrel. It's not chrome lined, but the thing with the chrome lined barrels is they're only as good as the manufacturer puts into it. Just because it says this is chrome lined or that's chrome lined doesn't mean they took the time or spent the money to do it right. So, I've seen this on sale for $650, and that is a huge savings compared to some of the other rifles that people tend to buy when they're getting an entry-level rifle. A good one, you're looking at $1,000, $1,200. So, you can buy quite a few accessories for that amount. First thing I did is I ran out and bought some set of quad rails off Amazon for $40. They did what they were supposed to do. They allowed me to mount stuff. However, they were pretty heavy. And this rifle comes in stock at, I think it was like 6.5 pounds. It's pretty light. So that kind of throws the balance off. So one thing I would recommend is that you don't skimp on the rails. You buy a good quality set that is fairly lightweight. And remember, the cheaper you go, the heavier the stuff tends to be. So this is a set from Midwest Industries. This is their Gen 2 drop-in. I think they're 7.5 ounces, and I'm pretty happy with them. Also, these attachments here for your swivels, for your slings, are not full rotation though. They're a quarter turn, and that keeps your sling from twisting and binding up, and just twisting up on you. That brings me to probably the second most important thing is buy a decent sling. This one's VTAC, quick adjust, and I have to say I'm extremely happy with this sling. I highly recommend it. It's worth its weight, and so that kind of brings me to the stock here. I bought the Magpul stock. Buy the CTR because it's got the attachment point for the swivel, which is nice. It's nice to be able to just pop your sling on and off for cleaning or whatever you need to do. Some of the other accessories I got for this, I do run a vertical grip. I don't use it in the classic sense, where I'm grabbing the rifle like this. It's more of just a marker so that I'm grabbing the rifle in the same spot every time and building that muscle memory. Then I went and got a decent red dot. Some of you might argue that this isn't decent. I beg to differ. This is the Vortex Strike Fire. I think I paid $170 plus shipping, and I'd love an aim point, but you're not gonna find one at that price. And this thing has, I've done well with it. So don't get the one that's, we'll switch back and forth between green and red. Get the red. There's some brightness issues with the other one. Some of the other things you might want to consider, charging handle. Upgrade your charging handle. The one that comes with it, as I was doing my malfunctions and speed reload drills, was tearing up my hands pretty good. This is Bravo Company, the Gunfighter Gen, I think it's Mod 4 is what they're calling it. You could see it's quite a bit bigger than the normal standard charging handle, and you can easily use one hand to charge the rifle. I'm happy with that. Like, all the mods that you're seeing here are things that I've had time to test that I am happy with, and things I would repeat if something happened to the rifle. I would probably build the same rifle the same way. I'm extremely happy with this and the way it performs. And so I shouldn't say that so much. Also, since we have it cracked open, I am running a Spikes Tactical T2 heavy buffer. You can't really see it. I'm not going to take it out. Does it help with the recoil? Like advertised? It's minimal. However, I do think it makes it easier to control the muzzle lift. So, would I buy it again? Yeah, it's really not that expensive. They're like 30 or 40 bucks, so go for it. Next, I really dig the Magpul My Grip. It allows you to store stuff in here, and these are interchangeable backstraps. so you can make this bigger or smaller based on your hand size. And next, this video is not going to be much better than the last one, but whatever. The bad lever from Magpul. Do I think this is a necessary device? I'm going to go with yeah. I think this thing rocks. The typical ping pong paddle, even if you are one of those people that subscribes to the possibility of it setting off an accidental discharge by, you know, releasing your bolt the way it, you know, look, man, here it is. If you manage to hit the trigger, which is over here, when you're dropping the bolt, like, you don't have any business playing around with ARs. Put the guns down. You're dangerous. So, nah. And you know what? If you're someone who has had an AD, man, leave me a comment, because I want to know how you did it and what the circumstances were, because, you know, that's a pretty big gap to cover. So I never even have to bring my finger into the trigger well to release it. Now, if you're really worried about that, the bad lever still has merit. If you look at this, it doubles the size of the ping pong paddle up here. And the bottom of the ping pong paddle, friggin', look at that, that's like 5 times as big. Dude, cut it off right here. Just cut it off. Then it's not even sticking in the trigger guard, yet you still have an increased size of your bolt release and your bolt catch. So, you know, this still has merit, whether you're worried about an AD or not. Yeah, there's no way I'd run an AR without one, because that's just the increase in surface area alone is well worth it. PMags, I probably wouldn't trust my life to any other magazine. I think this, you know, pretty much covers what I wanted to say in the follow-up. Sorry the other video sucked so bad. It did, you know, I was trying to make some points and it kind of ran over time. But, alright. Any questions on anything you see here, or why I set it up the way I did, feel free to ask. I'll answer. If you think it sucks, cool, whatever. I don't really care. Anyways, love you, Mom. Bye.